Okay, happy Tuesday. Come in, have a sip. Let's wind down and let's jump into a grid today by Michel Gauvier and edited by Joel Faliano. By the way, Joel actually constructed the mini for the day, so that's kind of clever. You can probably catch that over on the shorts reel. But today we are winding down with Tres Reyes. And this has a fabulous nose on it, and it's got just a deep ruby color. In fact, the color is as intense as the nose. Like, what's really amazing about this wine, you really pick up like these ripe fruits, not ruined or rotten, but ripe, like they're ready to be eaten. And there's some spice here, like a vanilla, maybe it's tobacco. I have a hard time distinguishing those. But, and this might sound funny to you, and if you try a bottle, let me know if you pick it up, but I'm kind of picking up some balsamic vinegar on the nose. But the tannins here are inviting. It's a nice balance between the acids and the tannins. So, yeah, inviting is one way to put it. The other way to put it is just an opera on my palate. So, all for it. I would say this would be fantastic with like charcuterie or like even chili for that matter. Maybe beef stew, beef stroganoff. But yeah, definitely some good sheep's milk cheese, manchego, or maybe a nice camembert. That would be nice with it as well. But I'm loving it. I might drink that whole bottle tonight. So, today, Tuesday, April 30, in the second millennium of the Common Era, 2024, let's hop into this grid and see what evil befalls us today. I better turn my speaker on for later just in case we get it right and I get to hear my jazz ensemble. Okay, let's jump into this grid. Okay, so ingredients in a baby food puree. Well, I'm going to go with peas on this one. I mean, peas, right? Let's try to be orderly today. I was all over the grid the last couple of days. Let's just try to solve one section at a time. Okay, so pollutants banned in the 70s in brief. I was alive in the 70s, but I don't remember this specifically. But I do remember enough in history, PCBs. So we'll see if that's correct. Can't think of anything else. Wyatt of the Old West would be Earp, of course. I addressee would be Captain, I guess, if they're going to shorten it. But slimy creature. I bet this is no. I'm going to say this is Captain with an apostrophe to the end because I think the slimy creeper is a snail, of which I am having tonight for dinner again. Wonderful escargot. One doing impersonations is an aper. More agile. Sprier. This is just ugly. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I cannot stand that, right? That's one of those terms that I just cannot stand it. Sprier. It doesn't seem good. Susan of L.A. Law. One of these days I'm going to look up and see what she looks like and who she is. Why Pinocchio's nose grows. Maybe lying. Today, rival in brief. Probably Good Morning America, GMA. Talk idly. San Diego suburb, whose name means the table, and that would be La Mesa. I don't even know that I even knew that it was a thing, San Diego suburb, but I know what the table means. Talk idly. Oh, okay. This is Natter, I think. And if it is, that's clever. I think it kind of makes up for Sprier, right? I like Natter. Natter's good. Meaning of anti, here I am again, getting out of order. I think this is against. Let's get back up here. Let's get going. Without bells and whistles, this is how I used to refer to Southwest Airlines flights. No frills. Nabisco wafer brand, Nilla. Okay, that's clever too. I like that as well. Non-standard, probably irregular. Romanian currency is the leu. Ingredients in some black and white cheesecakes. I'm assuming these are Oreos. I don't eat carbs. I don't eat sugars, so I really wouldn't know. Tender cut of meat is a loin and crop named for its doughy texture when cooked. I'm assuming this is breadfruit. Wealthiest couple on the Titanic. Absolutely, the Astors. In fact, John Jacob Astor, they just sold his watch. It went for like 1.5 or 2 million pounds sterling. He had a pocket watch, a Waltham pocket watch, solid gold. They recovered it from the wreckage, I guess, and had it restored. And I was just reading up on this. It wasn't Sotheby's. It was another auction house that had it. I'm a kind of a watch nut, but yeah, he apparently they had it completely restored at the time, and I think his son or somebody wore it, nephew, somebody wore it for a long time, and just went up for auction. So I think it sold for 1.5 million pounds sterling, which is equivalent to, in US dollars, approximately $5 trillion, I think. Okay, maybe yes, maybe no, maybe not sure. Oh, great. Now that's got idiocracy in my head. Not sure. Hey, President, not sure. Siouan tribe. Okay, that'd be the Oto. And starchy root vegetable. Taro. Actress Terry Garr. My childhood love obsession. Especially Mr. Mom. Self-care looks like an ego. It's pretty good. Biblical twin of Jacob, Esau. Exam for college-bound juniors. Is that true? PSAT? I thought it was something more like sophomores took. The juniors were already taking the SATs, but what do I know? I didn't even go to high school. Didn't go long anyway. Just decided to leave and go to college. It was a better choice for me. Hated high school. Great teachers, though. Just got bored. Condition for some combat veterans for short, PTSD, and like Merlot or Pinot Noir. Maybe red. Oh, that's a sign to drink. I love it. Still ahead and coming up next in broadcasting lingo. I think this is a teaser. Thin and transparent. Well, I try to be transparent, and I'm somewhat thin, so I guess you could call me sheer. Since January 1st on pay stubs, I think this is year to date, but again, we're getting into that territory that I think is kind of not very elegant. YTD, I don't know, PSAT, it's boring. Ingredient in a sourdough starter. I think they're calling for yeast here, but I don't know that that's even true. I've done sourdough starters back in the day when I ate bread. I think it's flour and water. I don't know. I better check on that. Kind of sax. Tenor. Versus a bass or alto. Let's see. Remote-controlled aircraft could be a drone, and we're going to find this out real quick, though. Contents of a pizzeria shaker. And I would normally want to say Parmesan, but that would way not fit. So I'm assuming they want oregano. And again, figure on a driver's license, HGT. Oh, come on. Again, please. This is not elegant. That's just ugly. Usual air in patrilineal systems. No. Still ahead. Teases? Those aren't teases, those are teasers. But I'm assuming it's going to have to be teases because I think this is eldest. Oh, gosh. It changes the name of auto setting. Plants with licorice flavored seeds. Okay, so these are aneses. Aneses? Musical speeds are tempi. Unwelcome sound when bending over. I'm assuming it's a rip, but I wanted to get something going over here, so I wasn't sure what was happening with auto setting. Island north of the Philippines, and now I'm saying Taiwan. That's what I want to put in there. Org that funds PBS, the NEA. Writer Efron is Nora. Metabolic state on a low-carb, high-fat diet. Well, that would be where I live, in ketosis. Many holiday gifts for dogs. Former Queen of Jordan, I think that's Queen Noor. Where a pencil skirt typically ends at the Knie. Oh, that's literally how you say it in German, Knie. One named Irish singer with 4 Grammys. Oh, good. Enya made it in. Yay. All right. So I'm assuming we give dogs toys for holidays. And this plus vertical line equals $. So I'm assuming this is an S. Ages and ages. Yeah, eons. I don't know. Gosh, again, not very elegant at all. But, hey. We got natter in there somehow. That kind of makes up for it. Okay, so everything from A to Z. What do we got here? Playing marble material. It could be agate. British territory visible from Africa. A swim across the strait. About 10 years ago. That was work. Wears away, maybe erodes. So auto setting. Oh, okay. Now this is clever. I think we're talking about a street. Very nice. That kind of makes up for the inelegant stuff. Fragrant neckwear. I think this is a lei, which is also clever. That's good that they got that. I like the clue itself. Fragrant neckwear. It's nice. 3-word Last Supper question. Is it I? Am I going to betray you? Let's just finish this over here. So 28 down. Presidential period. Okay, so this is the Obama era. And did I fat finger that? I didn't see if I did. I don't think I did. Spaced maneuver, or a hint to the 5 sets of circled letters in this puzzle. Well, we'll take a look at that, but what do I got here? Changes the name of. Maybe retitles? Slight colorings? Tinges? Tinks, maybe? Requirement for a business formal dress code, perhaps a tie. I would be in trouble if I had to wear a tie. I can do it. I've got a couple of collared shirts, but I don't want to wear the tie. I can, but I don't. If I don't have to. When dreams occur, I'm going to assume this is in REM state. So let's see if this is a G or a C. Pixar film set in Mexico, and I think this is Coco. I've not seen Coco. Mont Blanc, the brand of the pens I love to write with. Undecided. Well, these are tinks. Okay, raunchy material, probably smut. Good thing I had that S there. I probably would have put it in porn. Spaced maneuver. This looks like this is wiggle room, and I gotta see what's going on with these clues it's talking about. Well, let's get through this first. Undecided, maybe torn. Yeah, light brown shade is ecru. And redheaded orphan of Broadway. I'm assuming this is Annie. And not Yontel. Let's see. Chinese prefix, Sino. Savannah Grazer is usually a canoe with 3 letters starting with a G and having an N right after. An alcohol flavor with juniper. Okay, well, this is gin. How do we do, Bob? Yeah, all right, good. So 12:03 isn't a bad way to spend a Tuesday afternoon when you want to just come on in, take a sip, wind down with Christopher and do the puzzle. But let's take a look at these clues here. So it's a wiggle room. And I've got Parlor. Okay, maybe parlor. Pantry. Lounge. And we've got a study and an attic. Okay, well that's that's clever. I like it. That's okay. You know what? The puzzle was really inelegant in these places where we had like S and GMA and PSAT and HGT. Not the prettiest stuff, right? But I think we made up for it with natter. Definitely made up for it with wiggle room. I thought ketosis was fabulous, and street probably took the cake, because that right there, that hemmed me up. I had to move around it to get the downs in order to get that, because it gave me enough to context clue myself into it. But nevertheless, good stuff. So try the Tres Reyes. It is a fabulous wine. I'm not sure if you can get it in the States, but if you can, if you're there, if not, if you're here in Europe, enjoy, right? And do go out of your way to be a nice guy every day. Be a gentleman bon vivant. A gentleman that really enjoys the good life, right? And you don't have to have a lot of money for that. You just have to have the desire to have a good life. And one of the best ways to have a good life is to be nice to other people. And maybe you want to pick up a few ways to say hello and goodbye in their native language. It's like au revoir, arrivederci, auf Wiedersehen, adios, que tengas un lindo día, ben gaplai, también, annyeonghaseyo, shalom, masalama, aloha. And see you again tomorrow for the grid on Wednesday. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Be well and be safe and be nice. Take care. Cheers.